Hi there and Merry Christmas from Viewpoint Christian Academy, where we have been empowering parents for Christian education since 1984 through our biblical, individualized, mastery-based approach. I'm Dr. Adam Rondo here for another Monday Moments, where we have the opportunity to discuss all things Christian education. Right now, we're going to just take a very brief couple of moments and discuss the importance of doing a quick analysis and check of where your child is at in their schoolwork before starting an extended Christmas vacation. Stay tuned. All right, so we've talked before about how there are visions of sugar plums dancing within the children's heads. There's parties going on. There are events left and right. Presents are starting to be opened. Decorations are everywhere. All kinds of wonderful things are happening in preparation for a great Christmas season. We at Viewpoint really try to encourage a great Christmas break. We're looking at approximately, depending on your family, 1 or 2 weeks of vacation for the Christmas time. So that's a good long break, 10 to 14, even as many as 16, 17 days of Christmas vacation from the schoolwork. And that is cause for celebration. And that is something that students will really get excited about and enjoy. However, in order to really feel good about taking such an extended break, it's important that you know where your child's at. And it's important that they be where they should. And there's a few things that you want to take into consideration as you're planning and preparing for that extended time of break. Now, it's a good thing to have a nice break. It's a great thing to have an extended break, especially for Christmas. Whether it's 10 days, 14 days, 16 days, however long you can make it work for your family, that is an awesome thing. But keep in mind that when you take an extended break such as that, there's going to be a little bit of what we would call regression. What do I mean by regression? Well, they're going to forget, naturally, some of the things that they had just been working on in their current unit. And so when you take a break of 14 days or more, and the child is away from that math process, or they are away from that history and geography and the study of that period in time of history or that country, or they're not studying those cells anymore, or the body parts or the bones and the skeleton, etc., they're going to start to forget some of those facts that were beginning to be drilled into them. And so when they come back from Christmas break, it's going to be important that they study and go back and review material before they get to the end of their test. But here's what I really want to drive home to you. That's for later on. Make sure you keep that in mind, okay? The brain will naturally just kind of woo during that vacation time. It's going to take a little while to bring it back and say, okay, let's review this, do this. So, you have them review the lessons, you have them review the quizzes, you have them look over the checkups, you have them study this, that, and the other thing. You do those things that they need to do to help them to recall and return back to where they started. But there's a couple of important things that I want you to think about before starting the break. And as these last few days of schoolwork before starting Christmas break are upon us, it's really important that you do a good examination, a good thorough accounting of where you are at in every unit. Take a look at every subject. Don't just look at where the child is. Don't look at where your child is in that subject. Look at what they have left to do. And make a judgment call based on their progress through the unit. If they're only halfway through the unit and you start your Christmas break, no big deal. You can go back and study the first half, carry on and finish the second half, and take the test and progress and move along. However, if they're 3/4 or even more than 3/4 of the way through the unit, they're close to the test, and Christmas break is upon you, carefully think about how you're going to balance those goals over the next few days to make sure that if the child is that close to finishing the unit, they just press through and finish it before Christmas break. Because it's a shame to go almost to the very end of the unit, take an extended period, an extended break, and then have to come back and take the test. That's just not fair to the child. It's not the best thing for them. And so what you need to do is you need to strategize. You need to plan. And it could be that you are finished with, your fourth or fifth unit in a particular subject, and you're in good shape with that. But over here in the other subject, you still are not quite finished with that fourth or fifth unit, and you've got to get through a little ways before the test. Well, then strategize and say, okay, I'm going to put a hold on this subject because I'm current or I'm good to go in this one. I can wait until after Christmas break to pick this subject, the next unit back up and keep going. But this one, I'm going to have to push a little harder. So instead of doing work in, let's say it's history, instead of doing your work in your history or your social studies, let's put that on hold for a few days and double up in math or double up in science or double up in language. You get the idea? And that gives you the opportunity to get up to the end and test in that unit, pass that unit, finish it, and move on to the next unit after Christmas break. That way there's not this big long period where you have to worry about that, of that child relapsing or forgetting their information. Not relapse, I didn't mean to say that, but or regressing and losing some of that information that had been fresh in their mind and now becomes stale and old, and they have to go back and review it. Plan for that. Look for ways to settle that before you start the extended vacation. I hope that is a helpful tip to you. I think that that's really important. Every year in school, that is what I would do. If we knew we were coming up, it's the last week before Christmas break starts, and you look at the work, well, they're good in this subject, but they really need to finish this one up. Hold this one. You're not doing any work in this subject all week, but you're going to do extra work in this one to make up for it so we can test before we go on Christmas vacation. That's a really important strategy, one that you really need to incorporate into your learning at home program. So contact us if you have questions about it. In fact, we may contact you. If you're an online student, we're like, we need this student to do this, that, and the other. We may contact the family and say, look, put a pause on this subject and double up on this subject so we can get through it before the Christmas break starts. So that's a really successful tactic, a really effective strategy that you can employ into your program. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're about to start that Christmas holiday season and lots of exciting things. I hope you have a very blessed Christmas as you celebrate Emmanuel, God with us. Look, when we come back from Christmas, we got some special interviews that we're going to be airing in our Monday Moments. You don't want to miss them. I hope you're looking forward to them. Please look forward to them. I'm looking forward to them. I'm excited about them. I think they're going to be fantastic. It'll be a great opportunity for parents to learn some things and implement some things into their home, some of the tips and strategies that are going to be shared. So looking forward to some great stuff coming forward in the future, coming towards you in the future on Monday Moments. Have a very, very Merry Christmas and a blessed week. God bless.